Greetings, my V family all over the world. This is your chief. Self-recording his Wednesday message and trying my best to stay focused on the camera, as Irish has told me 1,000 times. Guys, welcome to week 26. It's unbelievable. It is rank advancement week. That means this week, raise the bar higher, guys. Push yourself out of your comfort zone. Wake up your leaders, relook at all the TATs for week 26. Just create a burst of passion, energy, craziness in your organization. And you have 2 more days if you're watching this on Wednesday, all right, to make sure that you and your organization achieves the goals that you have set out for rank advancement this month, all right? Week 26, all right, is a crucial week. Guys, I've been thinking so much. Today was unbelievable. Got a chance to speak to my one and only mentor in upline, Dato Sri Vijay Ishwaran, Planning Zone, which is the most exclusive training platform in the V, where you have to qualify, be invited to spend 3 days online with the one and only Dato Sri Vijay Ishwaran. All right. And then I spoke to the ISB graduates from all over the world. We got together, we spoke about a lot of stuff, guys, okay? I hope you guys enjoyed my Instagram live on Sunday, and now welcome to the Wednesday message. And just before recording, and it's 4 o'clock in the morning right now in Malaysia on Wednesday, I was listening to the music and I found the most unbelievable motivational song rap about being a warrior, having fighting spirit within you. You just got to hear it, preferably with your headphones. We are going to put that song at the end of my Wednesday message. Listen to it before your presentation, before going up on stage, before talking to anyone, or when a moron says something negative about QNET. Listen to the song. I'm so pumped up after listening to the song. It's unbelievable. And guys, right, I've been talking to Dato Sri Vijay, and we were reminiscing our past. And we were talking about ultimately what's the most important thing in a networker. And Dato Sri Vijay highlighted to me again that the greatest networkers are the ones who are the greatest storytellers, the ones who have the greatest story ever told. And when I thought about that, and it's been running through my mind non-stop, and I realized one thing, and I want you guys to listen very carefully to me today, all right? Think about it. See, life is about writing your story, however you look at it. One day when you are gone, people are going to talk about your story, your journey. People are going to talk about your legacy that you left behind. Now, the beauty is, from the day you signed up in QNET and took charge of your life, found your dreams that you're willing to fight for, willing to die for, and started your journey, this is the most epic story you will ever tell. And I need you to think about this very clearly today, listening to me. This story, you are the scriptwriter, you are the director of photography, you are the director of the movie, of the story, you are the producer of the story. Right? This is your story. And ultimately, from the day you signed up, you start writing your story. And if you ask me, what is the ultimate end result when you complete this journey? Yes, it is max out. Yes, it is financial freedom. Yes, it's for you to unleash your limitless potential and grow stronger, bigger, louder. But ultimately, the greatest end result of your journey is your story. Yours. That your story is exclusively yours. It is unique. It is written by you based on your experiences, your achievements, your journey with us. Whether it's 5 years, 10 years, 23 years like me with Dato Sri and Japa, all right, with everyone else, guys. And I thought about it for so long. And I realized one thing today, that many of you are going through this journey thinking it is another journey of life that is just part of your journey, failing to realize that this years that you are going to spend with this family building your QNET business, taking it to the next level, will be the greatest story you will ever tell. It will be a story that you will tell your children, your grandchildren. And this story is never going to end. This story is going to be immortal. That for many generations to come, people are going to talk about your story. So it's about time that you take writing this story seriously here. That you have to decide what kind of story this is going to be. Alright? Is it going to be a victorious story about a battle of a warrior against the world? Is it going to be a story of love? Emotional? Is it going to be a story of determination, sacrifice, paying the price, overcoming challenges every single day? Whatever you want your story to become, you start writing that story the day you signed up. So when you come to VCon and you hear the great ones go up on stage, the V partners and ultimately the founders themselves, on the first night, Japa and Dato Sri tell their story of how they started, how they met, how the brotherhood was built, and it's stronger today than it's ever been between our founders. And all of us go up and we tell our story. Now you fail to understand this, that your time will come. Apna time aayega, like Gully Boy says, when you will have a story to tell. And the biggest mistake that you will make is that you do not take the effort, the determination, the commitment to write your story. Right? Remember your story. So when the time comes, the end result for you to say it on a VCon stage, say it on a video, say it at your own system or event, what will your story be? Your story will always begin from where you came from. Because everyone who said yes, everyone who made it to max out, if you really observe, they came from a place of hardship, a place where they did not have hope, that their dreams were killed by people, by the environment, by the circumstances. And then one day, they said yes. And they signed up, just like you. Wherever you are in the world, you said yes. You signed up and you started that journey. And the first thing you were told by your upline, by your system, by your mentors, by your coaches, was to find your dream. And that's the beginning of the story, where you actually say and tell the world what your dream was when you started this journey. And then you took every step. You did your presentations with great fear, but it's okay to express that fear. I had fear when I did my first presentation, if you remember. I was shivering when I wrote on the whiteboard for the first time to share to people the left and right and the this amazing business called QNET. We all had fear. But that fear must be part of your story. Your story cannot be fake. Your story has to be real. Your story must come from your heart. And then you started your journey. And you signed up a couple of people. And some of these people are still with you today. After years, they stayed with you. Their loyalty is the essence of your story. Like my loyalty to the founders for 23 years, that is part of my story. That I believe that every story in this business must contain a beautiful, beautiful element of the power of loyalty, the essence of loyalty. And then you build, and you build, and you watch people, your downlines, achieve their first check, and you had that ecstasy, that pride of your downlines achieving small but an important part of success in their journey. Do you remember that? Do you remember your first check? An insignificant amount of money, but it felt like you climbed Mount Everest. It felt like the greatest achievement of your life at that moment. You must not forget that. That was a beautiful moment. I remember showing my check to my mom with so much pride, and I saw the pride in her eyes. I remember calling Dato Sri Vijay and telling him, "Anne, this works. This works. I actually did it. I made it." Don't forget that part of your story. Don't forget the relationships that started, and today your leaders are part of your family. You were there when they got married. You were at the hospital when their kids were born. And today their kids are like yours. And that's part of your story. A beautiful part of your story, that many of us fell in love and got married on this journey of network marketing with our downlines and sometimes even cross lines. But we found true love. We had kids in this journey. Our kids came to VCon, V-Kids, V-Teens. I've seen them grow up. That's part of your story. And then you face challenges after challenges after challenges. But it's okay. Don't hide it away from your story. That your story must be real. Your story must inspire the people around you to believe that they can also achieve greatness in this business. But your story must be told. That your story is the most important product of your journey. And I realized this after listening to Dato Sri Vijay, that I grew up in this business, sitting in his living room on the floor while he sat on his Swedish chair, where he told me story after story after story that built this upline of yours. His stories, Japa stories, built your chief. That I am a product of listening to hundreds and thousands of stories from Dato Sri Vijay, from Japa, from my mom, from my aunties, from my uncles. That their stories became my inspiration. And your story must be the greatest story ever told. Your story must inspire generations to come far after you are gone. And ultimately, your legacy is your story. Your legacy is not who you leave behind, but what you leave behind in them. And what you're going to leave in them when you leave is your story. Your journey must be the greatest lesson to the world. That you must talk about the hardship. You must talk about the moments you got knocked down. The moments you felt like giving up. And then you got up again. The friends you lost. The non-believers who don't talk to you anymore. The family that never understood why you are switched on all the time. The normality of life that you sacrifice in order to help people rise in their lives. The pain you went through every single day, the sleepless nights, the rejections, but you stayed strong. You didn't give up, you didn't give in. You kept going and going and going, and that's your story. That's an integral part of your story. That your story must drive people to tears, to laughter, right? But most importantly, it must be the greatest inspiration to the ones who hear your story. So remember this, that everything you go through in your journey every challenge, every rejection, every moment you felt like giving up but you did not, every time when somebody laughed at you, every time that somebody is still laughing at you today, the very moment you found your dream and had tears in your eyes, your first commission, the first commission of your direct referral, your weekly TAT being achieved, your max out moment, the first time you maxed out your tracking center, or the first time you were introduced on stage to tell part of your story, the beginning, the first video you ever recorded, the moments of laughter you had sitting down with your uplines in the living room, in the kitchens that we have done thousands of times, and I've sat with Dato Sri Vijay in almost every restaurant in the world, and we would eat, and right after dinner he would start by telling us a story, his story, the greatest story ever told. And you are today part of Dato Sri Vijay's story. But in this journey, you have this God-given opportunity to write your own story. Make it a story of love, beauty, suspense, warriorship, the greatest victories over the biggest enemies. Make it about success. Make it about unbelievable success. Make it about a nobody becoming a somebody, a zero from a hero. Make it about you. And remember that you will have that chance. You will have that opportunity, I promise you, where you will be able to tell your story, and that story never dies. That story will go from mouth to mouth, from country to country, from generation to generation. So make this the greatest story ever written. Make your story the most inspiring story. This is your moment. This is your chance. If you truly ask me what our journey in QNET is truly about, it is about writing the greatest story ever told. And when your journey completes, when you have achieved that greatness, and your story is complete, then pay it forward. Tell it from every mountaintop, every stage, every coffee shop, every dining table, every living room. Tell it to your children, tell it to your grandchildren, tell it to the world. Because your story will change the world, I promise you that. But make it the greatest story ever told. Love you guys. Listen to this song.
It doesn't matter where you are in life. If you don't feel blessed, you won't be blessed. You gotta know your worth before you can be worth anything.
All the days when not a thing went right, all the pain, all the sleepless nights. I'm not blessed because it all went right. I'm a warrior, I'm blessed because I can't fight. When failure tried to take my mind, I wouldn't let failure take my life. I'm not blessed because it all went right. I'll never give up, I'm blessed because I can't fight. Broken in pain, lonely, battered and bruised, always the same day. Nothing new or unusual, seems like nothing changed. It's always the same rules. No matter how bad it gets, I refuse to lose. No matter how bad it gets, I'll keep on moving. No matter how bad it gets, I can still choose to keep fighting up, to keep trying up, to keep grinding up, keep rising up. I just got to that point where enough was enough. I can't keep complaining, sitting and waiting for luck. I have to stop asking why me and start looking inside. Push through the pain and tell my story on the other side. Had to renew my mind and start fighting. I won't lie, it was frightening, but I survived. That choice got me to where I am today. If you think things always went my way, listen close to what I gotta say. All the days when not a thing went right, all the pain, all the sleepless nights. I'm not blessed because it all went right. I'm a warrior, I'm blessed because I can't fight. When life try to take my mind, I won't let anything take my mind. I'm not blessed because it all went right. I'll never give up, I'm blessed because I got. They never got to see all the sleepless nights, all the sacrifices, the choice between heat and eating or having lights. All the knockdowns, knockbacks and failed tries. They don't see the wounds and scars cause they're internalized. They think I'm blessed and think that everything went right. but they ain't seen the grind. I work so hard that overtime is just normal time. When you lose it all and then still lose again, it builds a different kind of fight inside. It builds a different kind of drive, different kind of fight, different kind of fire, different kind of desire, a different kind of light. But I'm blessed because I've got fight. I wasn't handing nothing. The callus on my hand shows you I ain't bluffing. I'm like the time, you can't stop me for nothing. It's a marathon and I just keep on running. All the days when not a thing went right, all the pain, all the sleepless nights. I'm not blessed because it all went right. I'm a warrior, I'm blessed because I got fight. When life try to take my mind, I won't let anything take my mind. I'm not blessed because it all went right. I'll never give up, I'm blessed because I got fight.
That's my blessing. Not that I was handed my dreams, but that I had enough fight in me, that I had enough belief in me to go after my dream, that I had the courage to keep going, to push through the pain, to rise through the darkness, and to tell my story on the other side. My story, my blessed story.
All the days when not a